And, oh wow, this book's actually pretty good. It's like Harry Potter, but a little bit better. Just kind of wish there was a TV show or a movie about it or something. Hold on, what's this I'm seeing? Oh, would you look at that? Percy Jackson series in development for Disney Plus. That can't possibly go wrong. Alright, finally, 2023. It's out. It's here. Alright, Disney, this is your last chance. You better make this your most successful project ever. Guardians was the only thing that was good that came out from you this year. Alright, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Bam. Let's watch this show. Well, that was the most mid thing ever made since sliced bread. What the fuck was that, Disney? I expected better from you guys. You better not make a second season or whatever. Those goddamn motherfuck. I just want to say real quick that just because I say the show is bad, that does not mean you're allowed to harass the actors that have worked on this show. Percy Jackson and the Olympians. No, not the 2010 movie with Logan Lerman. I'm talking about the Disney Plus adaptation. So what do I think of it? Well, from what you saw in the opening skit, how do I say this? It is just so yeah, like I just said, it's mid. I'm gonna explain to you guys why it's mid in like 3 different parts, and we're gonna be starting off with the most obvious, that being all right. Let's talk about the changes. It's mainly with the big moments revealed in the book. First up, I want to talk about how they revealed Chiron, because for some reason they messed it up again. In the movie, they just flat out reveal him to be a centaur, which is pretty dumb in my opinion because there's no build up. Like, you have no clue if he's just the same crippled teacher that Percy knows. But in the book, seems like they're following the movie again. Now, I understand that the movie, they you guessed it, they put multiple centaurs in, but in Percy Jackson, or in Camp Half-Blood, there's only one centaur, that being him. But like, they decided to just flat out go with the movie approach and just reveal him and not like build up where he is. Why? Like, why? Why do you think that was a good idea? But I also want to talk about another thing, that being like how Mr. D gets revealed. Now, the funniest thing about Mr. D is that he's actually played by the guy who plays Rex Splode in Invincible. No joke. I'll show you proof. There you go. There's your proof. You want more proof? I'll show you again. There you go. You want proof he's Rex? You want proof he's Rex? Well, look what shows up when I click this guy. Do you see that right there? I'm not playing around. I'm telling you proof that this is the same guy who plays Rex Splode in Invincible. There, I got your proof. Now let's move on. But a lot of the big moments revealed were mainly coming from Grover, which, in my opinion, is pretty dumb because Percy usually finds out. I think Grover might have explained it to Percy in the book, if I'm not mistaken, that Mr. D was Dionysus. But I don't remember that much about the reveal for him. Another thing I want to talk about is also, like, if I'm not mistaken, the like whole change of how Percy is recovering, because in the book, it's mainly like Percy, like when he wakes up, like in the middle of the night, if I'm not mistaken, like how he does in the show. It was Luke that we first see, because it was not Annabeth, but in the book it was Annabeth. I mean, not the book, the show. Sorry, my bad. I just flat out have to say random stuff because, well, I'm not that good with talking a lot. But you get my point. I'm just trying to say that it's just a random change for some reason. Also, another thing was the waterbed scene. Instead of the guy who owns the waterbed store to be one of the bad guys, I'm not sure which one was it. Like I said, I completely forgot what the lightning thing was about. Like it's been a long time since I read it. I know like 2021 was like 5 years ago, but still, I have terrible memory. But you get my point. I'm just trying to say that a lot of the big moments get just ruined in general because the waterbed guy just gets captured by Annabeth. And the worst part is the nectar's not even mentioned at all. I know there's like a lot of changes, but I'm just trying to point out some of the changes that in general I did not like. Also, I'm not a fan of some of the original stuff they put on here. In my opinion, I was not a fan of those flashbacks. I get it. They seem pretty cool, don't get me wrong. Like the younger Percy Jackson with Sally was pretty wholesome. But they're not important. Okay? We don't need to see Percy Jackson being scared of swimming. Okay? We came here to watch Percy Jackson going on a quest. And another thing I want to mention, like I just said, is the pacing. I think I already mentioned the pacing, but I'm going to say it again just in case. But the pacing is just, in general, way too fast. Like, at best, it should either be an hour long for each, like, at best 50 minutes, or, like, an hour per episode. Or they could have just made it a movie, like a 2 hour and 30-minute movie. Like a typical Marvel movie would. And yeah, that's pretty much all the changes I want to talk about right now. If you guys have any changes you want to mention, comment down below what they are, and I'll try to upload them in a short or something. But let's go on and talk about the next thing. And this might upset some people, but we're going to be talking about the... I'm about to get a lot of hate for saying this, but prepare for this, y'all. It's going to be a big one. Oh, man. This is not going to be good whatsoever. I'm sorry, guys, but I just got to mention it. Casting. Alright. Real quick, I just want to mention the race swaps real quick. First up on the list, it's the most obvious. It's Leah as Annabeth. I think in my opinion, this was, something I did not really expect it. Like, did I expected a white girl to play her? Definitely. They literally said her race in the book. Like, if you read The Lightning Thief, you know exactly that she's white. Like, they specifically mentioned in the book that she's white for a reason. Okay, but maybe if I... That sounds like a racist way to say it, but... I need to say it better, but... Like, if they specifically told her why she's a white person. Like, they literally gave people details on why she's white. Like, this is a common thing with, like, adapting stuff with different companies. Like, oh, we want to make it more equal. Yeah, I get it. You want to be equal, but that does not mean you get to race swap a character that specifically has the details already revealed in the source material. Like, in general, that's just pretty dumb, in my opinion. Like I said, I'm not trying to be racist or anything. Like, don't get me wrong. Leah did a pretty good job as Annabeth. Would I say that she is going to be the Annabeth? Obviously not. I think that someone could have done a better job, but it's just my opinion. In my opinion, though, I think she did a little bit better in Season 2. I still got to watch the rest of Season 2 to do a review on that. I want to do a review on that. I heard it was a pretty bad season. I think, in my opinion, it might be a bad season. I don't know why it has, like, perfect reviews. But, yeah, that's what I mainly want to talk about. Leah as Annabeth. Alright, now let's go ahead and talk about the next actor, and that is Chiron. That being Glenn Turman as Chiron. Look, I'm not sure exactly if that's how I said the first name right, Glenn Turman. I know I said the last name right, Turman. But, like, I'm not sure exactly if I said the first name right. It's Glyn, if I'm not mistaken. But I think, in my opinion, this one was just pretty dumb. I wouldn't say it's like a bad race swap, but, like, in general, I just don't really see him fitting Chiron that well. He, in general, in my opinion, just feels like, I don't know who I should really compare it to. Like, I know exactly who I want to compare it to, but I just don't know. Like, I swear I had it, but then I quickly forgot. But, like, I just don't see this guy really working well as Chiron. Like, there's nothing wrong with him. He did pretty good, but I'm just saying that there were, like, better choices. Like I saw a video a while ago, and someone said Evan McGregor, if that's how I'm saying his name right, from the Star Wars prequel trilogy could have been a good choice. I think in my opinion that would be a pretty good choice, but the thing is I'm not sure exactly if he even read the books. So even if they did in fact brought him, I still felt like it would be, in my opinion, a perfect choice, because what if he did not read the source material? Do you think he would really want to read all of that just for a simple character? I don't think so, in my opinion, because this guy's mainly working with Star Wars. I mean, he's Obi-Wan at the moment. He's like young Obi-Wan. Hopefully they do Obi-Wan season 2, though, because I really want a second season of that show. I haven't watched it yet, but I heard it was pretty good. I've seen the trailers, and I might watch it. But, yeah, I just don't think, in my opinion, Chiron, they got a good pick for Chiron. Sorry, Glenn Turman, but I'm just saying that, in my opinion, you didn't really do good as Chiron. Like, I don't really see you fitting the role of him. And, yeah, that's just my opinion on it. All right, let's go on and talk about the next one, So I'm sorry if I mispronounce this. Like, I know I'm going to pronounce this right, but hopefully I am not saying this wrong. But it's Lance Reddick as Zeus. Yeah, you heard me. Reddick. The last name is Reddick. Lance Reddick as Zeus, in my opinion, was just pretty dumb casting, in my opinion. Like, I don't see this guy ever fitting Zeus. I'm not sure who at Disney was like, yeah, let's just pick someone that looks like a generic business guy that will sell you an extended warranty as Zeus. I know the gods in Percy Jackson are supposed to be regular humans, like disguised as regular humans, just so that way they could, sorry for saying this, but so that way they could bang a mother or father so they can have more half-bloods. Those obviously being the ones that aren't the big three, but you get my point. I'm just trying to say that I don't see this guy, Lance Reddick, to fit in as Zeus, in my opinion. Now, obviously, they're going to still use him. Like, I know he's dead, but I know they're going to pull a Disney with future seasons and just, like, use CGI and, like, just try to come up with, like, voice lines for him or something, or just maybe make him a silent character from the rest of the series. But, yeah, unfortunately, I just don't really see this guy working as Zeus, in my opinion. I know they're going to bring him back soon, but maybe as CGI and no dialogue. They're just going to make him a mute character from the rest of the show. And finally, we got the last character I want to talk about, that being Clarice, and she is played by Clarice, played by Diar Goodjohn. I'm not sure exactly if I'm saying it right, but yeah, the person that they picked for Clarice, in my opinion, I think it was good, but it just wasn't, in my opinion, good enough. Like, don't get me wrong, she did pretty solid, like, when it came to playing Clarice and stuff. But in general, I kind of agree with most people. I don't really see her as the kind of person to play a bully character for Percy. Like, don't get me wrong, she kind of looks menacing, but I just kind of see her more as, like, a generic, Disney Channel bully rather than a Percy Jackson character. Like, she's the daughter of Ares. Remember that. One more thing I want to mention about this. Oh, yeah, that's right. I just, in general, just don't see her working that well. And, like, the thing I wanted to talk about the most was, like, in general, like, if I'm not mistaken, like, how do I say this right? You know what? Forget it. I'm not going to waste my time here, but you get my point. I'm just trying to say that these are, in general, like, characters I just don't really see fitting as what they were given as. Like, would I say that this show could have been better off animated? Yeah, I think in my opinion it could have been better off animated. But that's just my opinion. But yeah, enough with the casting. Let's go on and talk about the reason why so many people wanted to come here and talk about my opinion about it. That, of course, being... Alright. So, last part. This is going to be real quick. I don't want to make this review very long because I don't really feel like I should make long reviews yet. But, like, I just want to talk about the last part, that being the story. I think this is by far the weakest take on the story. It's not like the movie where it's just a cheap cash grab. It's not that. It's not movie level quality. It's pretty good, but I'm just trying to say that the story's just weak. They either, like, replace too much moments with like other things. Like for example, there was a scene where like Chiron gives Percy the pen way too early, or that Percy's pen just vibrates randomly. Like I should have mentioned that in my changes, because I just forgot about the pen vibrating for some reason. Like that's just funny in my opinion. But let's talk about the story. Because obviously we're talking about the story. There's just in general too much changes with this story. It's like, oh, you know that scene where like Annabeth is scared of spiders and then Percy and Annabeth are on the love boat? Well, guess what? That does not happen on the... Like, I'm not sure exactly who like approved them. I'm confident that Rick might have not approved them, which generally kind of concerns me because he's the producer of the show. But like, why? Like, why are we changing so much of the story? Like some of the best parts of the story with these unnecessary moments. And also, some of the comedy in here is just pretty bad. It's just not that good. Like they try to be funny, but most of the time it's just like, what am I looking at? Like why? And plus, like I said, I should have mentioned this in the story part, but I mentioned this in changing. There's a lot of big changes in the story of the Disney Plus show that just get changed because why not? That just pisses me off in general. Like a lot of the big moments, like it's just pretty stupid in my opinion. Like I'm not trying to hate on Walker, Scobell, and like the others. I'm just trying to say, in my opinion, that the changes were unnecessary. Like I don't want a scene of Percy and Annabeth trying to argue over who's gonna sit on a throne. Like okay, I just want to figure out a lot more about Annabeth. Hey, like people want to know a lot more about her, besides being the daughter of Athena, and smart, and whatever the hell. But yeah, that's pretty much about it. I mean, I want to talk about with the story. I know there's a lot of things with the story that's not right, but like I said, I just want to make this a pretty short review. I don't plan to make long reviews until my channel goes a little bit longer. But we're going to be doing these rapid reviews about the story and whatnot. But yeah, let me tell you that this is my first review, like first movie review on the channel. So yeah, that's why it's not in general like that. But yeah, that's it for the story. Let's go on and talk about the last part, which is my conclusion thoughts and like overall what they could have fixed. Well, this is it. The conclusion. So, the show in general, without a doubt, like I just said many times, was the disappointment. And that's a shame because I really liked The Lightning Thief. Like, The Lightning Thief in general was just pretty enjoyable. And I had very high expectations with the Disney Plus show. Like, I had the highest expectations because I was like, yes, finally, I'm going to get something. Because I got done reading the book. So, like, this is perfect. And then the show came out and, well, just wasn't really that good, if I'm going to be honest. Also, another thing I want to talk about real quick, or like I want to talk about this, but I completely forgot to. It's mainly with the direction they went with. Some of the cinematography was like pretty cool, but it was just only a few. And like the direction that Rick wrote and mainly went with. Now, obviously, he's a producer, and like whatever, but like it just didn't really feel like Percy Jackson, in my opinion. It just felt like, I think in my opinion, the closest I could think of it is like the X-Men reboot movies. Like, it's like Percy Jackson meets X-Men Apocalypse. They try to go for like a dark route, try to set up everything too quickly. And like, in my opinion, the whole dream sequences that Percy has, because I forgot to mention this, but if I'm not mistaken, I think it was Kronos. Like, I think this person that was like talking to him menacingly was Kronos. I just don't really think those dream sequences were necessary. I just thought they were pretty stupid dream sequences. And also, like I said, some of the changes made were pretty dumb. I just don't understand why. Like, the show is not meant for preschoolers or like young ages. It's meant for middle schoolers at best. Like I know young kids read The Lightning Thief. I think like fourth, fifth, maybe third graders at best. But like it's not that hard. Like kids can handle like that kind of level of darkness already. But of course, Disney and all, but still, at the end of the day, Percy Jackson and the Olympians was just not a good thing. Real quickly before I conclude, I just want to talk about real quick because I forgot to say this. The licensed songs, in my opinion, were not that good. They only had 2 big licensed songs, and that's pretty much about it. But, yeah, fortunately, that's it. In case you're wondering what the licensing songs are for the Percy Jackson show, they're Levitated by Dua Lipa and What Is Love by that one person I don't really know. But, like, yeah, those were, like, pretty dumb. I don't understand why we're using those kind of licensed songs when there are just better ones to use out there. Like, The Love Boat, they could have made a soundtrack for that. They could have just composed an original soundtrack for that. And the Vegas scene, they could have used, I don't know, some Elvis Presley song about Vegas. It would have been better in my opinion, but that's just my opinion. But overall, Percy Jackson and the Olympian Season 1 was just not that good. I would say at best, if I was a critic, I would say I would give the show at best like 3.5 out of 10 stars. Or no, out of 5 stars. Like that's what I'll give it. And I will try to watch Season 2. Don't worry, I will make a review on Season 2. But I'm not sure exactly if I really want to watch it, mainly due to the fact that I've seen like some of the big moments. Like I've seen them. Like I'm not gonna spoil them because I know there are some people who have not seen the second season yet. But like, yeah, it's just whatever. But overall, just kind of disappointed that I was betrayed with the Disney Plus adaptation. But overall, I have to say that it was a pretty good attempt of trying to regroup people back into Percy Jackson. But that's just pretty much about it. I don't really have anything else to say. Thank you guys so much for watching my review on Percy Jackson and Olympians Season 1. This is my first review on like a movie or a show. If you guys have any recommendations on like what I should review, leave a comment down below. I will try my best to review those. But yeah, that's it. But in the meantime, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Entire life.
You are his son.
I am Sally Jackson's son.
Who's Sally Jackson?